Good morning. It's Friday, December 30th. Today I want to talk about the world we live in. The world we live in is driven by algorithms. Now I know many of you understand what the word means, but do you really understand what it has taken control of our lives? Because we are dependent now on smartwatches, on smartphones, on computers. Everything that we see nowadays is controlled by one of those items. So how many of you live and die by what's on your cell phone? Robots are now a very, very important part of our lives. It wasn't like that when I started in computers in the mid-60s. There were no algorithms. There were no robots. Not in the sense that they exist now, today. And I am not talking about the robot that we see roaming the store, the ShopRite stores, searching for a leak or a spill. That robot is nothing but a schlub. He's almost giving robotics a bad name. And I'm not talking about Alexa either, the one who speaks to you but has no physical presence. I'm talking about the wave of robots that will be hitting us in the next couple of years. Robotics has come to the point where humanoids are really going to be created. Robots that look like we do. They even look better than we do. There's a company that has produced 3 beautiful female robots and gave them these very, very feminine names: Sophia, Grace, and Desdemona. Now these are robots that are programmed with sophisticated artificial intelligence. And the oldest of them, Sophia, was first activated in 2016. And she gained worldwide attention because she was a good-looking robot. So whereas, most of the algorithms and robotic and artificial intelligence is not visible to the human eye anymore. We don't see those things. We know that they power our smartphones. We know that they power our computers. We know that you can get an app for everything. But those apps and those powerful programs are invisible to us because they're lurking in the memory of our computers and our smartphones, and they don't have a face that we can look at. But Sophia was named the United Nations Development Programme's first innovation champion, the first non-human given a UN title. And she was even granted citizenship by Saudi Arabia. So that's the new wave of robotics. Robotics that come with a human body. Robotics that will appear in places like museums or department stores. But not like the schlub in ShopRite. You're prepared to give those who come to visit those sites pertinent information. They will be designed to have algorithms that allow them to communicate with humans. They will have facial expressions that we can recognize. And most of those expressions will be happy expressions because we don't want to be talking to a robot who was crying or looking horribly upset or something like that. We want a robot that looks great, feels great, tells the world everything is good, reasonably good. And so these robots are specifically built to bring the world of AI into the world of humans. And so the facial expressions that these robots will use to communicate will be human-type expressions so that you can connect with the robot. And when it smiles with you, you will gain a feeling of that connection. And that's what the makers of these robots have tried to achieve. And they are close to achieving it. More than close, I would say. The one robot called Grace is built specifically to support elderly people in the early stages of degenerate brain diseases. like dementia. So think about that. We have a robot designed to help people. And that robot cannot be sad. That robot must be able to smile and give a person a feeling of connection. And if we can achieve that robotically, it would be a wonderful thing if we could inject some of that into humans too. Just think about that for a second. The robot will always have a positive attitude. Think about dealing with somebody with dementia who constantly asks the same questions over and over and over again, day after day after day. But the robot will never get bored with it. The robot can deal with that. We need not worry about the robot falling into some depressive state because of the condition of the person that they are caring for. It's a monumental step because humans have feelings that we can choose not to put into the robotic. So think about it, a smiling robot at all times under all conditions. That's not a bad idea. Now, Desdemona, the third sister in this trio, she's a musician. She plays the keyboard. And she's capable of improvising songs based upon things that are spoken to her. And think about the future and the possibility that robotics could do other jobs. Now, I know that we don't want to hear about that. But think about it, why can't robotics be teachers? Why couldn't they be used in some other service industries? I don't know. But there will be a huge group of people in our population who will be against that because those jobs belong to humans. But meanwhile, we have 12 million unfilled jobs because we can't find enough humans to do those jobs. And some of the jobs that we're talking about allowing robots to do are jobs that humans probably don't even want to do. And I'll tell you, the jobs that I'm looking at, if you want to be somebody as a museum guide or something like that, they can't pay a heck of a lot of money. So having a smiling robot do that kind of thing is an advantage, I think. In any event, I think there is a place for robots in the world, and I think that humans have to realize that and accept it. I know that there are many people that feel that a robot taking a human's job is not a good idea. But I think robots are here to stay, and certainly humans won't give the same kind of care to some ill people as a robot could. A robot who has no basic feelings and can't change its mind from minute to minute. So I leave you with those thoughts. Robots are on the way. Bye.